I first off just want to say, you know, I'm glad that you and your wife are making it work, and I'm happy for that situation. It's really positive and a good piece of news to have, especially when you see a lot of bad stuff happening, you know?
Yeah, man. I credit the whole COVID thing and just having to sit still and be quiet to saving my marriage. I genuinely do. We tend to let the opinion of other people and outside influence be way more important in regard to our relationship than we should. We do that a lot. What your friend's thinking, what this person's thinking, what Instagram is saying. Like, we tend to let all these things that genuinely, in the grand scheme of all things, mean nothing, mean everything. You know what I mean? And present company included. You know, so that's a good part of why we initially decided to divorce. Is, you know, be it outside influence, be it, you know, past traumas that weren't dealt with properly. And, you know, whenever you go through something traumatic and your mind blocks it off, eventually, if you don't find closure on that, it's going to find its way back to the surface. And it's going to start affecting all of your relationships, be it romantic or friendships or whatever. You know, so there's some of that going on. You know, our love for each other never went away, but what was going on in me and what was going on in her, and the fact that we were kind of doing it on our own, you know what I'm saying? Like when you're going through something, this is the time that you take it to your significant other. This is supposed to be the person. If you ain't got nobody else that you can talk to, it's supposed to be this person, right? So for me to be going through what I'm going through and just to completely block her out of it, you know, just completely, and vice versa. It just created a wedge between us that eventually made me feel like we wasn't going to be able to be a couple, right? So when the COVID thing happened, when the quarantine happened, I realized, all right, there's a number of places that I could go, but I'm going to go where my family is. I'm going to go where my kids are, where my mom is, where my sister is, you know, the people that I love unconditionally and I know love me unconditionally. I'm going to go over there because we don't know what's going to happen with this thing. So we're all quarantined together, and you know what it allowed? It allowed us to have the conversations that, if you don't go into them the right way, they can make matters worse. And what I mean by that is a conversation that says, here's the truth. I don't care how you feel about it. I don't care how it makes you feel. I need to tell you my truth. And then when I'm done, I need you to tell me your truth. And then we work from there. Because if we're not being honest with each other about how we feel, then there is nowhere for us to go. You know what I mean? So I sat and ran down all the things that I didn't like about her, all the things that I didn't like about our marriage. She sat and did the same thing with me. We cried and yelled and screamed. And then eventually we came to a place that said, you know what? The one common denominator in all of this is that regardless of how much we like each other in the moment or like or dislike things about each other, we love each other above anything else. We love each other. I would take a bullet for you. Aww. You do the same for me. Nothing else matters outside of that. You know what I mean? We had to, and what you have to tune out all the noise from the world and from other people to get to a place where you can say that and know what you're saying and genuinely mean it and feel it. You know what I mean? So once we did that, everything was fine. You see, I'm back. She's back. I still got the pinky ring on.
I was gonna ask. I see the pinky ring and the wedding ring.
Listen. I'm gonna bling it a little something, but the one that matters is that one. That one is back. So we good. We good.
Do you regret that song, the pinky ring song?
No.
Okay.
Because the song meant something in the moment. Okay, I wrote that song literally the day that she gave the ring back. That day we had that argument, she gave the ring back. That night I went in the studio and wrote Pinky Ring. And I did it that way because I didn't want to come at it from a downtrodden and, you know, sad or broken place. Like, mind you, I was messed up. Like I felt like I had failed as a husband. I felt like a failure. You know what I mean? So, but of course, I can't show that. Mind you, all my boys are like, "Oh, we single, we outside."
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It was a lot of that, so I couldn't. It was only a few people that I could really show how I was really feeling, and the people that I showed it to was like, "This is great," but you can't go into the world like this. You can't go into the world with your head down and sad, and can't do that. You have to find the positive energy through this negative. So I'm like, all right, divorce can definitely be hard and difficult, but it can also be an energy transition, you know, especially if it's not a negative or messy divorce, which it wasn't, which we weren't, you know, at each other's throats. So I figured, all right, I can be sad and downtrodden, or I can just transition this energy and keep it pimping. And that's what I chose to do. And that's what the song was. It was not a diss record. A lot of people looked at it like I was dissing her, but if you listen to the record, if you listen to the words, I didn't say one negative thing about her. Mm-hmm. That through the whole song. Like I'm way too classy of a dude to ever do a diss record. I'm not that dude. You know what I'm saying? If I just really want to say something to you about you, I'm gonna say it to you. I'm not gonna put it on the song and put the world in our argument. If it's that deep, I'm not gonna do that. You know, so. Yeah.